Well, hello, rebels. I am here again. I'm Contessa Aiken, your Rise and Thrive Rebel Coach. And isn't it your time to rise and thrive? I vote yes. So here we go. Today, we're talking about the truth about your feelings. And it's really kind of simple. There's nothing good or bad about anything that you feel. So, crazy thing, I've shared my story a little bit, right? There was a time where I felt like I was not good enough, like I was a piece of trash, like nobody's seen me, or I wasn't valued or worthy or deserving. I didn't feel happy. I felt sad. I felt frustrated. I felt guilty. I felt angry, right? All of these feelings sometimes can be labeled as bad, but the truth is none of them are bad. Feelings are just feelings. Our feelings are actually indicators for us. They're not something that we have to live with. They're not something that determines the rest of our day or week, month, year, or in my case, when I did it, my whole entire life. They don't have control over you either. Feelings are just feelings. They're neither good nor bad. And so this is always great. One of my favorite clients that I work with through coaching, she has had a lot of anger that come up, and so she always felt like she was a bad person. She felt bad, and every time she engaged with this anger, it only made her feel even worse. And so there was actually one time when we got on the phone and she was having a spectacular day. She felt super happy, and then the first thing that I told her, or asked her rather, was, well, what about the anger, right? And so I drew a parallel for her. There's nothing different about feeling joy and happiness or feeling anger. Neither one of them is better than the other. Neither one of them are good or bad. Both of them are just indicators. And in her case, they were indicators of how she was engaging in life. She felt joyful because she finally felt free. She felt lighter. She seen beauty around her, right? Versus whenever she felt angry, she seen darkness. She seen sadness. She felt heavy and unhealthy, right? So they were really just indicators about how she was engaging with life. Feelings are neither good nor bad, nor are they the rest of your life. You are not your feelings. You are not a mad person. You may feel mad, which is an indicator of either you're not engaging in life in the way that you know you want to, or maybe somebody triggered something in you that made you feel mad, or maybe you had a memory and you didn't like it and so you felt mad. They're just an indicators. You are not mad. You feel mad. You are not a happy person. You feel happy. Both of them are just indicators. Neither one of them are good or bad. And so oftentimes as survivors, we get stuck in our feelings and we feel ran by our feelings. There's a lot of feeling words here, right? We don't feel any power to change them, right? They come up and then that just is what it is. The truth about your feelings is, number one, they're just an indicator. Number two, they're neither good nor bad. And number three, you can change it anytime you want. So, here's the thing. Whenever you're feeling something you don't want to feel, so for instance, if you're feeling guilty. I have experience with this one. I used to feel guilty all the time. I could feel guilty for my kids. I could feel guilty for the stranger in the store. I could feel guilty for the guy driving next to me. I felt guilty about everything, right? And so how I got into a place where I could start to change this emotion is I asked it some questions. So number one, it's just an indicator. So guilt showed up. Okay. This is one of those things that gets confusing for people. Don't be confused. You cannot control what comes up. You do get to choose how to engage it and if it controls the rest of your life, right? So guilt would come up for me. I didn't control that, but I did get to choose how I engaged it. And so I would say, "Oh, crap. I'm feeling guilty right here in my belly. It's showing up. I knew where I felt it in my whole entire body, right? It was right in my pit in my stomach. So I would recognize it. Okay, this is guilt because I know where guilt shows up. So I'd ask it, guilt, what do you want me to know? Since it's an indicator, what does guilt want me to know? What do you want me to know, guilt? I would say. And guilt would say, well, Contessa, what I want you to know is that you're not living your life with integrity right now. And then I would say, okay, guilt, thank you. I can actually recognize that and I can do something about it right now. See how easy that was? You just engage with that, right? If it's fear, and this is one of those emotions that comes up that we often get stuck or hit a wall. Fear, again, is just a feeling. It is neither good nor bad. You can engage with it in the same exact way. Fear, what do you want me to know? Is it not safe? Or perhaps this goes beyond my comfort zone. If it goes beyond your comfort zone, then move forward anyways. If it truly is not safe, then don't do it, right? And you can actually ask questions like, is this 100% true, right? So if fear says, Contessa, it's not safe, then I can say, hey, fear, is that really true? Is that 100% true right now for me? And fear will be like, no. And I can be like, okay, well, bye. Right? So, and this really kind of started showing up for me when I first started recording videos. I was really afraid. And so I started asking fear, why are you showing up? I was afraid of being seen, right? I recognized there was this part of me that part of my survival, it was necessary for me to be invisible. And I had done everything to be invisible. And so fear would show up for me whenever I would start to be seen. Not because it was really dangerous, just because it was really outside of my comfort zone. So I hope that all resonated with you guys. The truth about your feelings is they're neither good nor bad. They just are feelings, and you can engage with them. You can change them. You can ask them questions. You are not bound by how you feel. You can do something about it. You're a freaking rebel, for crying out loud. All right, that's all I got for you today. I'm Contessa Aiken, your Rise and Thrive Rebel Coach. I'll be back with more, I'm sure. Bye.